Okay, think about just how much of your day involves being online,
Mm-hmm.
checking emails, banking, scrolling social media, maybe even asking your smart speaker for the weather. It's everywhere.
It really is incredible. But yeah, it also means there's this huge growing need for people to protect all that activity.
Definitely. Every time you see a headline about some data breach, it screams how vital cybersecurity professionals are now.
Absolutely. Our digital world keeps expanding, which is mostly great, but it creates this vast space that, frankly, needs defending.
Yeah.
It's not just about, protecting big companies from hackers anymore. It's about safeguarding our personal lives, our data, the very infrastructure we rely on.
And that demand for people who actually understand this stuff is just skyrocketing, isn't it?
Off the charts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Which kind of brings us perfectly to our deep dive today. We're going to explore the very first steps into this crucial field, specifically looking at the Google Cybersecurity Certificate Program. So, if you've ever been curious about what cybersecurity really is, or maybe even thinking about a career shift.
This is a great place to start exploring.
Exactly. Our mission here is to unpack the core ideas, see what this program offers, especially, and this is important, if you're coming in totally fresh, no tech background needed.
And that's a really key point.
Yeah.
It's designed to be accessible. You don't need prior experience. That's vital if we're going to fill this massive skills gap we have.
Right.
The idea is to build a solid foundation for anyone wanting to get into this constantly changing area.
Okay, so the full certificate has 8 courses. It covers a lot foundational concepts, protecting networks, data, even using programming to automate things, dealing with security incidents, communication skills.
Whole spectrum.
But for this deep dive, we're zeroing in on course number 1, Foundations of Cybersecurity.
Exactly. This is square one. It's all about establishing that common ground, introducing the essential concepts, and giving you a real feel for what working in cybersecurity actually looks like day to day.
Gotcha. So over the next little while, we'll dig into why these skills are in such high demand right now. We'll look at the whole Google certificate program, but really focus on this first Foundations course. We'll also touch on how it helps job seekers get to grips with some key cyber terms and talk about the skills you really need. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
All right. So this huge demand, what's really driving it?
Well, it really boils down to that digital transformation we mentioned earlier. So much of our lives, our businesses, operates online now.
Right.
And the sheer volume of sensitive information being created, shared, stored, it's just exploded. Think of it like your house. The more valuable stuff you have inside.
The better your locks need to be.
Precisely. And a good alarm system. Our digital houses are bigger, hold way more valuable data, making them much juicier targets.
And the threats themselves are getting more complex, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. It's not just simple viruses like it used to be. We're talking sophisticated attacks that can cripple entire organizations, government agencies.
Wow.
That's why everyone, businesses, governments, nonprofits, they're all scrambling to find people who can understand these threats, spot weaknesses.
Vulnerabilities.
Exactly. Spot the vulnerabilities and then actually put effective defenses in place. They're the guardians of our digital world, essentially.
It sounds like a constant game of cat and mouse.
It absolutely is. Attackers innovate. Defenders have to learn, adapt, anticipate. It never stops.
Okay, let's shift to the Google certificate itself. 8 courses. What's the overall aim?
The main goal is pretty straightforward. Equip people with the knowledge and, crucially, the practical skills for entry-level cybersecurity jobs.
Like what kind of jobs?
Think roles like a cybersecurity analyst, maybe a SOC analyst that's working in a security operations center.
Yeah.
Monitoring things, responding to alerts. The program aims to build that solid foundational understanding from the ground up.
Right. And those 8 courses, can we just quickly list them out, give people a sense of the journey?
Sure. So number 1 is Foundations of Cybersecurity, our focus today.
Got it.
Then play it safe, manage security risks. After that, connect and protect. Networks and network security.
All about the networks.
Yep. Then course 4 is Tools of the Trade, Linux and SQL. Really practical stuff.
Essential tools.
Then 5 is Assets, Threats, and Vulnerabilities, identifying what you need to protect, what the dangers are. 6 is Sound the Alarm, Detection and Response.
Okay, handling incidents.
Exactly. 7 is Automate cybersecurity tasks with Python, bringing in programming. And the last one, 8, is Put it to work, prepare for cybersecurity jobs.
Wrapping it all up and getting you job ready, that sounds like a really logical progression.
It's designed to be.
And you mentioned practical skills. It emphasizes hands-on learning, right?
Absolutely. That's a core part. Throughout the courses, you're working through scenarios, tackling problems that cybersecurity pros face every single day. It's not just theory. It's about building the muscle memory, the skills to actually do the job.
And each course has portfolio projects. That seems super useful for showing employers what you've learned.
It really is. These projects act as concrete proof. You're not just saying, I know about network security. You can show them a project where you actually analyze network traffic or something similar.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Huge difference, especially when you're trying to break into a new field. It demonstrates capability.
Now, for people who complete the whole thing, the full 8 courses, there are job search resources baked in.
Yes, quite a few, actually. Google provides access to tools like Big Interview. That helps with resume building, mock interviews, general job search tips.
Okay.
There's also Interview Warmup. It's a Google tool specifically for practicing interview questions, including cybersecurity ones, and it gives you feedback, helps build confidence.
Oh, that's brilliant. Practicing those specific questions must be invaluable.
It really helps reduce the anxiety. And then there's Career Circle. For graduates eligible to work in the U.S., it connects them with job postings, even offers career coaching.
Wow, that's quite comprehensive support.
And you also get the Google Cybersecurity Certificate badge for your LinkedIn profile.
Ah, yes. That little digital credential. It adds credibility, right? Helps you stand out to recruiters.
Definitely signals your skills. But maybe one of the biggest benefits, honestly, is the preparation for the CompTIA Security Plus exam.
Okay, that's a big industry certification.
Huge, highly respected. So completing the Google certificate puts you in a great position to pass the Security Plus exam. You end up with essentially a dual credential.
That's powerful.
And Google helps there too. You get a 30% discount on the CompTIA exam fee and practice materials once you finish all 8 courses.
That's a significant saving and helps bridge that gap to the industry standard.
It's a really strong pathway.
Okay, fantastic. Let's drill down now into Course 1, Foundations of Cybersecurity. What's the heart of this first course?
This one's all about setting the stage. It introduces the main jobs, the core responsibilities in cyber, and the fundamental skills you need. It's like Cybersecurity 101, but very practical.
Building that baseline understanding.
Exactly, for anyone new to the field.
And it covers some key frameworks and concepts. I think I saw CISSP domains mentioned and the CIA triad.
Absolutely. You get introduced to the 8 security domains defined by CISSP, that's Certified Information Systems Security Professional. Think of them as the big buckets of knowledge everyone in cyber needs.
Like network security or risk management.
Things like that, yes. Security and risk management, asset security, communication, and network security. It covers the landscape. And crucially, the CIA triad.
Right. Confidentiality, integrity, availability.
The absolute bedrock. Confidentiality, keeping secrets secret. Integrity, making sure data is accurate and untampered with. Availability, ensuring legitimate users can get to the data when they need it.
CIA. Got it.
These 3 are fundamental to almost everything we do in security. Plus, the course gives you a first look at some common tools security analysts use.
So, defining the knowledge areas, the core principles, and a little taste of the tools. How is this first course structured?
Modules, right?
Yep, 4 modules in Course 1. Module 1 is Welcome to the Exciting World of Cybersecurity. Does what it says on the tin overview of the field, roles, responsibilities.
Okay, the grand tour.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Module 2 is The Evolution of Cybersecurity. This looks at how threats have changed over time, how technology evolved, and how major cyber incidents shaped the field. It also introduces those 8 CISSP domains formally.
So you get the history and the core knowledge map. What's Module 3?
Module 3, Protect Against Threats, Risks, and Vulnerabilities. This is where you start learning about security frameworks like guidelines and structures organizations use and controls, which are the specific safeguards.
Okay, getting more into the how. Exactly. It digs deeper into the CIA triad, introduces important frameworks from NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and touches on security ethics too.
Right, the ethical side is crucial. And the last module.
Module 4 is Cybersecurity Tools and Programming Languages. This introduces common tools like SIEM systems, Security Information and Event Management. Think of it as a central dashboard for security alerts and logs. It also covers network protocol analyzers tools to see network traffic and introduces the idea of using programming like Python and SQL in cybersecurity.
So even in course 1, you're already seeing the technology involved.
Getting a glimpse, yes. Not deep dives yet, but an introduction.
And the whole program is self-paced, but there's a suggested timeline.
That's right. Learn at your own speed, but the structure suggests aiming to finish the whole 8-course certificate in about 6 months. Gives you a target.
Okay. Now, inside the courses, what's the learning like? It's not just reading, is it? Oh, no. It's varied. You get videos with Google instructors explaining things, demonstrating tools, giving career advice, even sharing some personal stories.
That human element helps.
It does. Then there are readings that build on the videos, introduce concepts, point you to resources, maybe present case studies. And there's a private Coursera cybersecurity community.
Ah, a place to connect with other learners.
Exactly. Ask questions, share insights, start networking. Really valuable.
Definitely, especially when learning online.
For sure. And then the hands-on stuff. Self-review activities, labs where you actually practice skills in a safe environment, interactive plugins, quizzes built into the videos.
Check your understanding as you go.
Plus, practice quizzes and then the graded quizzes at the end of modules. You need 80% on those for the certificate, but you get multiple attempts.
Sounds like a good mix of learning styles and checks. Any tips for success for someone starting out?
Yeah, a few things. First, try to go through the lessons in order. They build on each other.
Makes sense. Second, really do all the activities. Watch the videos, read the stuff, use the community. Definitely do the labs and quizzes. Don't skip them.
Engage fully.
Right. If something's confusing, revisit it. Don't just push past. Check out the extra resources in the resources tab, bookmark useful links, and, just understand the Coursera Code of Conduct for respectful interaction.
Solid advice. Okay, since we're on foundations, let's talk language. Terminology. What are some key cybersecurity terms people should know right at the start?
Absolutely crucial. Knowing the lingo is step one. So fundamentally, cybersecurity or just security is about protecting information, ensuring its confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
CIA triad again?
Exactly. Protecting networks, devices, people, data from unauthorized access or criminal activity.
Okay, what else?
Cloud security is massive now, protecting data and apps running in the cloud field, those remote servers managed by someone else.
Wow.
Internal threat, that's a risk coming from inside an organization. Could be an employee, a contractor, accidentally or on purpose.
So it's not always outsiders.
It's not at all. Network security is specifically about protecting the organization's computer network infrastructure. Then there's PII, personally identifiable information.
Like name, address.
Social security number, yeah. Anything that can identify a specific person. And SPII, sensitive PII, needs even tighter controls. Think financial or health data.
Got it. Higher risk.
Definitely. Security posture, that's like an organization's overall defensive strength and readiness.
Yeah.
A threat is anything that could potentially cause harm. A threat actor is the person or group posing the threat.
Okay.
And we distinguish between technical skills, knowing specific tools and procedures, and transferable skills like communication or problem solving that you bring from other areas.
That's a great starting vocabulary. How does the role of a security analyst fit in with all this? What do they do?
Security analysts are often on the front lines. They monitor systems for breaches, for suspicious activity.
Watching the screens?
Kind of, yeah. They help develop security strategies, research the latest threats, try to prevent incidents before they happen. So understanding compliance rules and standards, frameworks, controls, that's their bread and butter. Knowing about cloud security is vital now. Recognizing threats, internal, external, it's all part of their daily job of detection and response.
And programming. You mentioned Python, SQL. How does that help?
It's becoming increasingly important. Programming lets you automate repetitive tasks, analyzing huge log files, checking network traffic, saves tons of time, makes things more efficient.
So you can write scripts to do the heavy lifting.
Exactly. Or build custom tools, help manage incidents more effectively. It enhances your capabilities.
And you mentioned the NIST glossary as a good place to learn more terms?
Yes, the National Institute of Standards and Technology glossary is excellent, very comprehensive. Other reputable sources too, of course. But really getting comfortable with the terminology is key to identifying what's going on, the threats, risks, vulnerabilities.
Okay. So beyond the technical know-how, what about those broader transferable skills? How important are they?
Oh, absolutely vital. Communication is huge. You need to explain complex tech stuff clearly, sometimes to non-tech people, to get issues fixed.
Right. Bridging that gap.
Problem solving is core. analyzing attacks, finding solutions, often balancing security needs with, letting people actually do their jobs.
Good usability trade-off.
Exactly. Time management is critical, prioritizing tasks, especially during an incident, to minimize damage. A growth mindset is non-negotiable. This field changes so fast, you have to love learning.
Constant learning curve.
Always. And valuing diverse perspectives helps find better, more creative solutions. Different viewpoints to spot different weaknesses.
It sounds like you need a real blend, tech smarts and people skills.
That's the ideal mix, yeah.
And on the technical side, what specific skills does the Google certificate really try to build?
Well, we touched on programming Python, SQL for automation, data analysis. Getting familiar with SIAM tools for log analysis is crucial.
Yep.
Understanding intrusion detection systems, IDSs, to monitor activity. Having solid knowledge of the current threat landscape, who the actors are, what malware is out there, their methods.
Keeping up with the bad guys.
You have to. And knowing incident response procedures, how to react properly when something does happen.
And the certificate program is designed to teach these things step by step.
Exactly. Introduce the concepts, provide hands-on practice with tools and scenarios. And again, that CompTIA security plus prep reinforces it all, gives you that industry validation.
Right, that dual credential. Okay, so bringing us all together then, we've looked at the start of the cybersecurity journey, focused on that first Google course. What are the key takeaways for someone listening?
I'd say first, cybersecurity is a massive, growing field with real opportunities. Second, the Google certificate offers a structured way in, starting with this foundational course. No prior experience needed. Third, the program includes valuable career support and prepares you for that important CompTIA certification. Fourth, success needs both technical skills and those crucial transferable skills, like communication and problem solving.
The whole package.
Right. And finally, just getting comfortable with the basic language, the terminology, is the essential first step to understanding anything else in this field.
Yeah, this initial deep dive really only scratches the surface, doesn't it? There's so much more to explore in cybersecurity. It definitely gives you an appreciation for what goes into protecting our digital lives.
It's a fascinating and critical area.
It really is. So, thinking about all this, what aspect of understanding and defending our online world, really sparks your curiosity the most? Definitely something to ponder as you consider where you might fit in this vital, ever-changing field.